Hello, and thank you for joining me again, my beautiful children. I missed you. In this episode, I am gonna give you guys hacks for when your grown-ups are like, you're not listening, you should be listening, pay attention, stuff like that, okay? So let's talk about it first. Again, I have been a teacher since 2005, so my perspective is going to be within the classroom for this. So as far as listening, what you guys want to consider that it's really actually an audience skill, being an audience, right? So you might not realize this, but your teacher is actually performing in the moment. She's not a performer maybe, right? Like the way that you would think of like Lady Gaga or something, but she's performing her job and she's performing in front of an audience, which is you and your classmates. So when you're or when a student's maybe body language or behavior appears not attentive to the performer, to the teacher, it can seem a little bit, to the performer, to us, I'm gonna be honest, this is a little grown-up secret, but it actually seems rude. Some teachers might describe it as annoying, right? And for you guys, I don't believe y'all mean to come off in a rude or annoying way. You're just not cognizant that that's how you appear as an audience. So you want to think of when you're listening to a teacher as like being in an audience at the movie theater. If you've ever gone to the movies, I'm in Texas and we have in some cities the Alamo Draft House, where if you're sitting in the audience during a movie and you talk or you text, you get kicked out. So your classroom setting is actually practice for when you go to the movies, when you get older and you go on dates. You don't want to get kicked out for talking or being on the phone when you're on a date. So consider it as audience practice, okay? So we're gonna look at a couple people to see what an audience should look like. So I've prepared for you guys a little slideshow. To be a good audience member, you wanna, not be all slouchy and like slumped over. You wanna have good posture and check in with your body, right? Does my body look like I'm looking at the performer, who's your teacher? We have Beyonce, she looks so pretty. And the thing about this is she looks pretty because she is pretty, but her demeanor, the way that she is presenting herself as an audience member, makes her even look more beautiful. So we have Beyonce, Taylor, she's sitting upright, her eyes are on the speaker or the performer or the performance, and she's smiling. You guys also probably want to touch in with maybe your face, because your teacher can see your face, and sometimes your face might appear to be in a mood or something when really it's not. So you want to check in, is my face soft? And so I call it soft face, right? Like you're kind of smiling or not smiling and your gaze is on the performer. So we have Taylor, we have Drake. He's not exactly like sitting upright, but he's not slouched over, like his body is attentive to the performer or the performance. I forgot this guy's name. I just put him on here because I'm a Texan and they just won. Altuve, right? Okay, you see him, he's sitting, he's not slouching, his gaze is on the speaker. Okay, so we're gonna leave it for that. So my hacks are, when you're in class, right, you're gonna check in with your body. Is my body upright or does it look bored? You guys know when your body looks bored because you've seen your classmates' bodies and thought they look bored. So you know what a body that's bored looks like. You wanna check in with your face. Is my face soft? Is it gazing at the speaker? And so here's the thing, guys. Y'all are gonna be like, what the heck? That's not even like a hack. That's just like she's telling us to listen. And sort of, yeah. But also, here's the magic trick, right? It's actually not necessarily that once you do that, you're going to listen to like 100% of the lesson and just be like super listener extraordinaire. It's not exactly that. It's the first thing you want to do, right? Check in with your body. But then the magic is really being able to refocus your body when it kind of moves away from that stillness. Like if you get the urge to turn around and talk to your friend because the lesson is making you a little too nervous, or it's making you maybe feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know this. I've got to like do something else to kind of pretend. So the magic is actually not in the initial stillness, but in being able to refocus back into the stillness, even though something popped into your brain. And we're gonna look at the same people again, okay? And we're gonna look at the same slideshow. And so we have Beyonce, and she looks like she's listening, but y'all, a secret, we can't read people's thoughts. Your teachers can't grade your thoughts. So we look at Beyonce, her body language, her face language is listening, but she's probably thinking about her kids with the babysitter, right? We don't know, but she looks like it. She's also performing an audience skill. Taylor, she looks like she's listening, but she's probably thinking about kittens. We don't know. You guys can also think about kittens if it makes you feel a little bit calmer to be in that class. My man Drake, as many of you are, he's probably thinking about his crush, but he looks like he's listening. He's performing an audience skill. And I forgot his name again. Altuve? He literally just won something like so major, and he can still listen. Like, he's remembering his game. He looks like he's listening. He's remembering his great game. He looks like he's listening. Like some of you, you might be remembering your game, your soccer game, your Sonic game, whatever game, but then you look like you're listening to the performer, who's your teacher. So you're performing audience skills. Meanwhile, your teacher is performing her job. And a couple of you guys might be like, I can't do that because I have this and I have that. And I totally get it. But the truth of it is, we can observe y'all, right? So I have observed children be able to refocus regardless of what it is that they have. The initial focus is challenging. And for some of you, you might have to flip a lot, right? Like you go off and then you refocus, off and refocus. But over time, the amount of times that you have to do that will kind of settle, or you'll kind of go on autopilot to be able to do it. So of course, I know that you guys are gonna be like, I have this and I have that. So I definitely can't sit still like that. Guys, I'm sure you could see that I'm a fidgety person, and I did well in school. I'm just gonna say that. But here we go. Also, like you guys might say, I can't do that. I can't be that still in an audience because I'm not thinking about kittens. I'm thinking about being in trouble, like major trouble. He can sit still in an audience. He looks like he's listening, but who knows what he's thinking about? He's thinking about the trouble he's in, right? Or whatever. I can't do that because I have like major drama right now. So like, they look like they're listening. They have audience skills. Who knows what they're thinking about? So really the hack is, okay, you're thinking about whatever you're thinking about, and then you refocus. Is my body performing an audience skill? Am I sitting up? Am I tracking the speaker? You know, things like this. Okay, so I do want to say that grownups, well, a couple things I want to say. For one, grownups love calling things like jazzy things. And what they would call this is fake it till you make it, okay? So this is how you fake it till you make it if you're having a hard time listening. And there really is science behind it because you're going to practice checking in with your body, right? Like you might not have known to check in with your body. So you're gonna check in with your body. Am I sitting this way? Am I tracking the speaker? How's my face? So over time, you're going to regulate because your mind is checking in with your body, and that does help you listen and process better. And what else did I want to say about that? Oh my gosh, naughty dog. Okay, so yes, so that's faking it till you make it, right? Over time, you're going to check in with your body and get the messages a little bit better than when you were fidgety and worried. So for some of you, this might feel like permission. Like, is this lady in that outfit basically giving me permission not to fully listen? And if it feels like that for you and it helps you, then that's okay. And it is kind of permission, because the truth is most human bodies cannot listen or stay attentive in a 100% way. But those of us that have been successful with getting past that learn the refocus. The refocus is the hack. Like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this. Got to get back. How's my body? Does my body look like that? Okay, so that's the science behind fake it till you make it. And I do want to say also that in spirituality, right, we can also look at it from that way, because we are tasked or asked to sit still to really listen to messages. So this is a way that you're going to practice stillness, right? Like the celebrities I showed you, they're in a form of stillness, even though their lives are probably a lot more chaotic and busy than yours, and they could still do it. Okay guys, you can totally do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, share, subscribe, and do all the things. And thank you again. Love you so